this is your homework right here. Okay, we did most of the front page. The back page, I'll go back later. I'm going to do the last page first right here. Starting with number 14. We'll do the last, then up to first. So by then you should know how to do it. Okay, the equation you're going to use, if you're going to use a calculator, is you're going to follow these steps right here. Okay, so you're going to use, this didn't have enough room, so I'm just going to do a squared plus b squared on the top of the triangle equals c squared. Okay, A and B are attached to the 90-degree angle that are in there. So 4 and 11 could be A or B. I'm going to use 11 squared plus 4 squared, and C is the letter F. C is the letter F. Bring down the squared. Okay, so you get 121 plus 16 equals to F squared. Add that together, you get 137 equals to F squared. It's close to 12, okay? So take the square root. 12 is 144. This is 137. So your answer is C equals, use your calculator. You don't have to estimate between 11 and 12, close to 12. You don't have to do all that work if you want to use a calculator. If you show these steps, you can, and your calculator, let me get it on here. It's 130. The number is 137. 137. Okay, take the square root of it. 37 is 11.7. Now this is a 0 right here. Therefore, it stays the 7. So it's 11.7 is your answer. Okay, number 13, same thing. Here's the 90 degrees, so one of these is A or B. I'm going to choose 10 as A, B is 13. So A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. A is 10 squared plus 13 squared equals to P, P is letter C, squared. Okay, 10 squared is 100 plus 169 equals to P squared. You get 269 equals to P squared. Take the square root. Square root of 269. Clear it out. This 269, oops, wrong one, wrong button. Uh-oh. Clear. 269 square root. 16.40. This is 0, so it stays a 4, okay? So it is 16.4. Making sure. Is P. Okay, same thing. A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. I'm going to use 8 as my A, plus B squared, which is 11 squared, equals to C squared. So I got 64 plus 121 equals to, oh, instead of C, we're using the letter W for C here, the longest length. So right here is W. You get 185 as your answer, equals W squared. Take the square root. Remember to write this sign down to both sides. Okay, 185, use your calculator. $13.6, it's another 0, so it stays 13.6. Okay. That's the answer. Number 11, same thing. A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. I'm going to get a calculator so I don't have to go onto my computer. It takes longer. Okay, I'm going to use Now, A and B doesn't matter just as long as it's attached to the 90 degree. They're called legs, okay? So 9 squared plus 6 squared equals to t squared. 81 plus 36 equals to t squared. C is t. Add them together, you get 117 equals to t squared. It's 11 point something. So square root of 117 is 10.81. So if it's, I'm going to erase that so I can write t, take the square root. So 10.81, so it's 10.8. It's equal to t. Okay, here's how do you do number 10. Right there, 9, 8. Let's do number 7. Some class I did number 7 already too. So a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. A is 7 squared plus 7 squared. C is this letter A. 49 plus 49 equals to a squared, capital A anyways. That's 98 equals to a squared, close to 100, right? Your answer is 9 point something. 9.8 or 9.9. Okay, square root of 89, 98, I mean. It's equal to 9.89. Okay, so let me put this on here so you can see. 98 and the square root of it is that. This is a 9 right here. See my cursor? So this 8 goes up 1 to 9. So the answer is 9.9. Okay, this one here, a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. Okay, equals to u squared. So 16 plus 49 equals to u squared. And that gets you 65 equals to u squared. You have to write this. Take the square root of that to get u. Before you get the square root of that. Okay, let's see, 65, square root of 65, okay. Okay, this is 8.0, but this is a 6 right here, so it's 8.1. See how close this is to 64 though? This is 8.1. Okay, number 5. Okay, you guys should know how to do the rest, I hope. A squared plus b squared equals to c squared. A is 2 squared plus 3 squared equals to e squared. 4 plus 3 equals to e squared. 7 equals to e squared. Take the square root. You got 2.6. This is a 4. 4 or lower, the number stays the same, so it stays 2.6. Okay, and then number 4, you do the same. Okay, guys? I think you guys got this. I hope so. A squared plus b squared equals to c squared. So a is 1 squared plus 4 squared equals to t squared. 1 plus 16 is 17 equals to t squared. close to 4.0, right? So probably 4.1. Take the square root. Okay, 17. 17 square root 4.1. This is a 2. It stays a 1. Stays the same. Okay, finish the rest, guys. All right. If you really... Okay, that's 15 squared plus 8 squared equals 2u squared. 225 plus 64 equals to u squared. 289 equals to c squared. Take the square root. Take the square root, I think it's 17. Okay, the square root of 289, yeah, 17. I mean, this is u. U is 17. Okay. A squared plus b squared equals to c squared. A is 12. Doesn't matter which one is a, okay, as long as it's attached to here. 12 squared plus 9 squared equals to f squared. 144 plus 92 is 236. To find f by itself, take the square root. Got 15 point, okay. Okay, 236, take the square root. 15.3, this is a 6 here, the 3 becomes a 4, goes up 1. Okay. Anyways, you do number 1 here. Number 1, same thing. A squared plus b squared equals to, I don't know what I was looking at, c squared. A is 3 squared plus 4 squared equals to s squared. 9 plus 16 equals to s squared. 25 equals to s squared. Take the square root. S is 5. All right, now let's go to the other page. This one, front page. We did all this in class, exception of C, some of us. Some class I did it all. Take the square root. That's C. 80 is between 81. Before 81 is 64. So 8.0 to 9.0. So it's 9.0. Very close to this one. So 8.8 and 8.9. Those are my two only ones because it's so close, only one away. So I'm going to try 8.8. 64, carry the 6. 64, 70. 77.44, too little. It's to 80. Okay. 8 times 9. It has to be 8 times 9 because it's too far. So C then is not 9.0. It's 8.9. Closest one. All right. And then back page. We did all this in class. All right. And I did some class. I didn't do these. Okay. So Pythagorean theorem, just like your last page, you do a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. 10 squared plus 15 squared equals to, hey, this kept the letter c, c squared. 100 plus 225 equals to c squared. 325 equals to c squared. Take the square root. C C then is equal to, okay, the square root of 325 is 18.02, so C is 18.02, so it's 18.0. O stays the same. They're both 8. 8 squared plus 8 squared equals to C squared. 64 plus 64 equals to C squared. Take the square root. It's 11 point something. It's under 144. So second square root of 128 equals to 11.3. 1, so it's 3 stays the same. Okay, finish the rest. You guys know how to do this. A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. Okay, so 18 squared plus 24 squared equals to letter C squared. 18 squared is 324 plus 24 squared. Hold on. Okay, you finish this. You guys can finish C and D. Same step over and over. 1824 squared was 576. Okay, 18 was 300 something. Add it together, and then find the square root. Okay. Down 3 over 4. Connect the dots. Okay, for B, in order for you to graph this, you have to solve first. Let's do additive inverse. Okay, distribute 3x plus negative 12. So you're graphing y equals 3x plus a negative 4. The y-intercept is negative 4. The slope is 3 up 3 over 1. Anyways, most of you know how to graph this. 3 over 1, 3 over 1, 3 over 1, 3 over 1. Okay? And that's your graph. And that's basically your homework, okay? So make sure you finish this one and finish this one here. Add it together. Finish it. And the longest length was this one. That's the hypotenuse. And finish the last page.